Budget Bites time. Was it last week? Week before? No, it must have been the week before that. At some point in the last few weeks, I discussed Nutella and its cheaper counterpart, Nutoka. Both, well, technically both from Aldi. You can get Nutella at Aldi. And Nutoka is an Aldi thing. Well, we went back to Aldi, and I discovered that they do an even cheaper fake Nutella. There it is. It's chocolate hazelnut spread. They've not even tried to make it look or resemble Nutella in any way. Well, I suppose the jar is still Nutella-esque, but otherwise it's kind of its own thing. So it still has palm oil in it, which is rather disappointing. 0.5% hazelnuts. I'm pretty sure Nutella's higher than that. I don't have a jar to check. But I was quite surprised. I think this was £1.15 and Nutoka was like £1.50 for the same size jar. So a little cheaper, you know, about 40p. You could put it towards something else. There's a lot at Aldi that you can get for 40p. Like, well, you could probably get some vegetables or something for 40p. Well, all I'm saying is that when you're on a really tight budget, every penny counts. And so if you're jonesing for some Nutella, but you can't be paying, well, I think this was literally a third cheaper than Nutella gram for gram. So if you are on a tight budget and you can't be doing with expensive items and but you gotta have some Nutella of some description, honestly, you can't really go wrong with this. I'd have to compare them side by side, but just based on, I had some crumpets this morning for breakfast, and I think it was marginally better than Nutoka. It's still no Nutella, it has to be said. But it had a bit more depth of flavour, I think, than Nutoka did. It was a bit sweeter. I think it must have more sugar to cocoa and hazelnut content. That said, it did have more of a cocoa chocolatey flavour. I think the 0.5% of hazelnuts aren't doing it many favours. I think it's the lowest on the ingredients list. It's probably only there to satisfy being called chocolate hazelnut spread. But I think it's okay. I think it is a passable Nutella alternative if you're on a budget. There are some other. I've picked this one up specifically. I don't tend to go for cheap Nutella because, well, cheap spreads of this style. Because the cheaper ones often tend to be just chocolate, and they are god-awful. They don't taste great at all, and I know it's rich saying anything about nutrition when this is the item in question, but, you know, just looking at the, there's scarcely any protein in there. It's mostly carbs, as you can probably imagine. But Nutella has protein in, to some degree. These chocolate spreads that you get, they don't have much in them. They are very basic, and they don't taste amazing either. So, like I say, I think this is a good bet. Anyway, I'm kind of waffling now just to fill up time, but really I've said all I need to say about this. It's a good spread, and if you're on a budget and that 40p could well, the thing is, like I said, it's a bit better than Nutoka, I feel, so you might as well save the 40p. And like I said, it's a third the price of Nutella, roughly, based on the per kilogram price. Anyway, yes, I'm going to stop there because I'm just waffling now. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.